Listen and listen very, very carefully. You see, if you must succeed in this life, huh, you've got to be very, very spiritual. You've got to be very, very spiritual. And you see, the reason why I'm saying this is because before you were created, before you were forged, before you came out of your mother's womb, there have been forces, there have been, principalities and powers that have existed in time before you were born. They are more intelligent than you are. They are more capacitated than you are. They are more powerful than you are. And let me tell you something, their responsibility is not to work with you, but to resist you. That's why the scripture said, we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities and powers, against spiritual wickedness in high places. We are in a battle. You must understand that you are in a battle. The moment you were forged, the moment you were conceived from your mother's womb, a battle line has been drawn. And if you must fulfill your calling, if you must fulfill your desires, if you must fulfill your ambition, your God-given assignment, you don't have any other option than to take your spiritual life very, very serious. Prayer should not be an option. Fasting should not be an option. Studying should not be an option. If really you want to succeed. If you must succeed, you must take your life spiritual. You see, when you study the life of Samson, the patriarch, the scripture said that God forged Samson as a deliverer to Israel so that he could deliver them from the hands of the Philistines. Samson came, but the devil had another plan for him. He orchestrated a woman in the likeness of Delilah. And Delilah cut the life of this great man short. Listen, the resistance you are having, the iniquity within you, the weaknesses, the rising and falling, the sin, all these things are resistance. They are barricade. They are, weapons of the enemy fashioned against you so that you cannot do the things that God has called you to do. So, if you must fulfill your God-given purpose upon the face of the earth, you must be spiritual. You must pray. You must fast. You must build capacity. So, without capacity in your life, I'm telling you, you are going to be resisted in everything. So, you see, that was why Jesus said to them, he said to his apostles in the book of Luke chapter 18 verse 1, he said to them that you have to pray. He said, to this end, men ought always to pray and not to faint. Jesus understood the peculiarity of prayer. He knows the importance of prayer in the world of men. Prayer is your weapon. Prayer is your key. Prayer is the only thing that can help you to stand the test of time in the world of wickedness. All right. So if you must scale through, you have to be very, very spiritual. You have to be very, very spiritual. You see, I've seen people who went to school, who studied, they became so many things, but at the edge of breakthrough, they died mysteriously. How can you explain that fact? They died mysteriously. There are people who are in a better place than you are, but you can't explain their demise. You can't explain how they were destroyed. The reason is because some of us are ignorant of the devices of the devil. You cannot live in a wicked world without the aid of the Spirit, without the aid of God, without the hand of God upon your life. You can't succeed. You can't scale through. You can't scale through. You can't scale through. All right. So if you must scale through, if you must come to the zenith of your purpose and fulfillment, then you must be spiritual. You must take your spiritual life serious. You have to take your spiritual life very, very serious, because we have an adversary. The Bible said the devil is roaming around like a roaring lion, seeking for whom he will devour. The devil is looking for you to devour. He's looking for me to devour. And we just need to wake up to our spiritual reality. Don't give him space. There is something God has said concerning your life. There is something God has said concerning your destiny. There is something God has said concerning your family. There is something God has said. But if you don't awaken up to your spiritual realities and responsibility, I'm telling you, it is possible that you'll be cut short. You've got to wake up. You've got to wake up. Wake up and take your life very, very serious. There is something God has said concerning your life. Wake up. Wake up.